what happened 4 days ago from the raid of the Albanian police to the camp?
Well, several days ago we were shocked by attack of the police to Camp Ashraf while our leadership was in a meeting with officials of the police, and they were speaking about how to cooperate with them for the task that they had. Suddenly the police start entering to the camp, and they were about more than 100 cars and about 1,000 or maybe more than 1,000 police with armored vehicle and with all of the equipment that we never had seen it before. That's why first we thought that, like the past, that usually the police are protecting us and they are coming and they are surrounding for the protection of the Mujahideen. Now something happened and they wanted to protect us. But we find out that they are attacking and they are beating and different behavior that we never have seen before from the police on that day. You know that in the past we had several times cooperation with the police in Ashraf as they wished to come and check different things, and we even helped them to make it easier for them. But this time even they didn't tell to the residents that why they are coming, and the leadership didn't have time in order to explain every individuals living in this camp that why they are coming and what is the case. Even I myself, I asked one of the policemen who was coming to our house, to our place, that what is the situation and why you are here, and he said, I cannot tell you. So even without showing any letter from court to the individuals and to the residents of Camp Ashraf, they attacked to their properties. They grabbed their computers and their other properties that they had and took it with themselves.
The police said that you broke the agreement. What was the part of the agreement that you broke? The police said that there was, not correctly, but that you were doing a political activity against the regime, if I am not wrong. And on the camera that police put on the media is that one person, one mujahideen, was destroying material and some part of the computers. Can you explain more about these things?
In fact, this kind of the allegation has heard before from the Iranian regime, that they have tried to misinform the public about the activities of the Mujahideen in Ashraf 3 and in Albania, because we are the main alternative to this regime, and because of the protest and the revolution started 9 months ago from inside of Iran and still continues. Now the Iranian regime is in verge of collapse, and that's why they are distributing the false information to the officials that such activities was taken in here. In fact, Mujahideen, the main body of the Mujahideen is inside of Iran, and everything is happening in Iran is by the Mujahideen inside. And also, if you remember last year, Mr. Nano, the head of the police, he has issued an official statement that Mujahideen has never been involved in any illegal activities in Albania, and that was an official position of the police. Now, what happened that suddenly the police attacked to the Ashraf without any reason and without any explanation to the residents, it is mostly coming from the allegations of the Iranian regime.
Can you tell more about the mujahedin that was burning the material? Can you explain? Because in the media is explained that this guy had something that he don't want the police to get. Can you tell something about that so the people can understand? Because right now there is a lot of suspicion about this thing. Please.
Yeah. As I said, we have always had a cooperation with the police in the past, and we helped them in any case that they wanted to facilitate what they want to do. If they saw, one or two spot burning, this is something very routine and regular in here. That, for example, I myself have a personal, daily memories that I would write to my books, and many has such a thing that they don't want to give such a private things to other people. For example, especially because Iranian regime in the past 40 years have tried very hard to get every pieces of the information of the mujahideen, the personal, the names, even the families' names, their relation, their position, and these sort of the things. That's why it is very obvious that we don't keep this kind of the information when we are under the attack without any reason, and we don't know what is the case and who are they, if this would goes to the hands of the Iranian regime or not.
What do you think about the declaration of the United States regarding the case? How do you see it? How do you interpret it?
Well, you know that the international policy is different. The United States, sometimes they are taking some policy, they have some position. Even in the past, you know that because of appeasement of the Iranian regime, they put the name of the Mujahideen in terrorist list in order to make the mullahs happy, of course. And then in the court in Washington, we had a very long struggle of the legal struggle that the court ordered United States government that they have to remove the name of the Mujahideen out of the terror list. So, this is the international game or international play that sometimes the United States or others, they are taking some position which maybe they have some, individual benefit. So I think this is something like that.
How do you see the relation now with the Albanian government after this episode?
Well, nothing has been changed between our relation and Albanian government and Albanian people. As much as we had respect for the Albanian people and the government, we still have the same. We are very close relation. We have a very close relation with the Albanian people. We have a very social, very wide social activity with them. And, as you know, all of the parties in Albania, from SP or DP or others, they are very strongly support Mujahideen. So nothing has been changed between Mujahideen and Albanian government.
There have been allegations that in the camp here in Mans, the things are not so democratically in the media. Can you speak more about that, how things work here? Do you have problem with rights, women and men? Can you tell more about this?
Yes. First, we have to see who said that. When you say they are saying that, we usually see such a statements in the Iranian regime websites and newspapers. And some of the international media who have some link with the Iranian regime, they are repeating such a thing. I think in any society, the behavior toward the women and the relation of the society, how they are dealing with the position of the women, is the best signal to show how democratic they are. And you know, Mujahideen, the majority of the leadership of the Mujahideen are women, and the men are very proud that they are under the leadership of the Mujahideen. Mrs. Rajavi is the elected president of National Council of Resistance, and she has a very wide support internationally for the 10 points plan of the future of Iran, which is based on the international principles of democracy. Exactly this is what makes Mr. Pence and Mr. Pompeo said, that the 10 points plan is all based on the principle of international democracy, and all of the democratic societies believe the same thing. So we don't see anything to show that it's not democratic, only our enemies claiming that it's not democracy.
Is there any chance that you have an infiltrated agent from Iran government here?
Well, now there is no one infiltrated inside of the Mujahideen. It's all clear. When we came in here, there was some people that they wanted to leave. They struggled because they couldn't continue. The hardship, because you have to sacrifice when you are going to a resistance for 40 years. So we have asked them, you are welcome to leave the camp. They have left. Even we helped them because they cannot work in here. So I think that right now, whoever was suspicious in our organization in Iraq, because Iraq was a different situation, and the new people who came, there was some of them that they were infiltrated. So it has been clear all, and there is no one in here that we have any question about that.
So you are saying that what happened some days ago, there is not a chance that something happened here against the regime in Iran that could break the agreement that you have with the Albanian government, right?
Yes, in fact, we have respected all of the laws and regulation that the Albanian government had, and especially the values of the Albanian people. And you know that even since last year, that we've been suggested to be low profile on media. We have done the same thing, and we have done everything that it's based on our agreement. So we didn't do anything against that agreement, and I'm sure about that, and this is not true.
About the computers, how did you get the computers inside here? Did you get them regularly?
Well, yes, we bought it from the stores in here in Albania. You know that Mujahideen are totally independent financially. We have no financial support from any government, from any state. The only support that we have is coming from the Iranian people and supporters that we had. And for example, 100,000 Iranians gathered in Paris in 2018, which they are supporters of the Mujahideen. Even they sold their houses, their cars, and they send their money that we could make Ashraf, build Ashraf by this contribution. And the computers was bought from the stores in the Albania, in different stores that everybody is buying that.
If the Albanian government says to you, you have to leave, what you going to do?
I don't think that this is the values and the principles of the Albanian people. They never done that before. you had the Jewish, you had the Kosovian people in here, and when you are giving the, refugees, when you accepting the refugees in here, and those that they are prosecutors, definitely you are not the people that you give the people, mujahedin, to the butchers. Of course, we are not afraid of being in a prison or tortured or executed, because 120,000 of us have been executed already. But this is not your values, and I don't think that such a thing would happen.